What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shared Screens Starfield Direct Reacts. I am very clearly excited for this game. I'm going to be your host today, Jordan Deeb, hosting an Xbox thing for the first time ever. And I am joined by some beautiful people. We've got Chance, we've got Jim Tasty, and the man in the chair, the voice of God, Alec Bobko is here. How's everyone doing?
We're doing great. How you doing, God?
Doing good. Coming hot off that Xbox showcase.
Coming off hot off that showcase. Fantastic showcase. I mean, I didn't give my thoughts too much at the end, but like as a showcase, I'd say blew it out of the water. As much as it didn't pertain to me a whole lot in terms of like what I'm interested in, but like I can't deny that Xbox like brought the heat today because they know what they have, and I think this is the other thing they need to prove. Personally, I'm very excited about this game. I know the rest of you guys a little bit mixed, more trepidatious, kind of want to see. We want to just get right into it, or we want to share some thoughts, hopes?
I mean, we had our veggies at the Xbox showcase. Now it's time for dessert. Let's get this deep dive of Starfield. I have been pretty critical of this game and its development. So I do feel like they are having to prove a little bit during the showcase, and I'm really hoping they can pull it out. Bethesda in the past has not been the best about launching like acceptably running games at launch. So I'll hold my breath until it launches and we see how it runs. But I'm really excited to see what they got to show us this close to launch.
I want to say big expectations. First IP from Bethesda in what I think they said 25 years.
They've been saying 25 years, yeah.
I'm not even counting Fallout because that's somebody else's thing, but like since Elder Scrolls, and so this has to bring the juice. I need the hook for this game because you watch the trailers already, Jordan, but like, you know, with Skyrim, it's like you're the Dragonborn, you have this like destiny. It's like I need to know why I'm an astronaut flying around in space.
We need the Commander Shepard Spectre reason.
Yeah.
I will say, as somebody who, like Bret mentioned today, I went in, I watched all the Into the Starfield, I watched all the little 50-second deep dives into the different planets and factions there are. My interpretation is that this one is going to be a little bit more like you get to be you, like you get to really carve your own path, even a little bit more than the Dragonborn, but it sounds like your character is important because your character discovers some sort of special artifact in the beginning of the story. And so clearly, yeah, you're always going to be special because you're the main character. But they really were hammering in just like all the different paths you could take, carving out your own story. So I'm excited to see how they break that down for us. What about you, Alec?
I'm just ready for a new Bethesda game. Like you're giving kind of like what they've been calling the NASA punk kind of aesthetic. Like it looks cool, looking ready for an adventure in space, and going to be getting it on PC. So hoping the modding community supports this, get some really cool things in there.
Oh, absolutely. And Chance, what were you going to say?
I was nothing. Let's just jump on into it. I think we've waited long enough.
Need to be a landlord in this game.
This isn't City Skies.
And this better be good because we're going to be getting ports of this game for 15 years. So.
Right.
Yeah.
We better like it. We better like it.
That is a nice little
I want to make a
intro
joke about playing this on a next-gen console, but I don't know what the fuck the next Xbox will be called.
Xbox One, Xbox Series, Xbox
Continental or some bullshit.
Everyone.
Hey.
Thank you so much
Hey,
for
Todd.
joining us today, and welcome to
God, he's a
Bethesda
good-looking
Studios.
dude.
You know, we've
He
been
is.
so lucky
Handsome
over
fella.
the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together.
I wonder what intern they asked to bring in like all of his like hard cases so they could get that shot.
I also liked how they cut it right before 76 finished showing.
Yep. We want you to remember there was another one, just not what one.
It also would have been hilarious if they just showed every version of Skyrim.
Is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not
Hey
just
Jordan,
one
it's
world.
you.
It's my twin. Look at
It's
us.
over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup
St. Louis
of the
down
planet's
bad.
atmosphere.
Yeah. Bro, this is gonna run at 15
also
frames a
have
second.
an
Like
all-new
with what
animation
they're
system.
talking about computing wise, like
And of course,
what?
you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person.
Nice, nice.
Getting some Icarus vibes in first person.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
The mining of iron has already got me like perked. Like what? Do I get to build a base?
You get to build a base. You get to build your spaceship.
Okay, but is it like build a base like in Fallout 4, or is it like Valheim build a base? Because very
I've
different.
played
things.
neither of those games, so I can't tell you.
Probably Fallout 4.
Yeah, okay, that's something I'm not as interested in because that wasn't as. It felt like it was more on rails.
That gunfire looked pretty cool. Or like the
Yeah.
combat.
You do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you
The
can view all
DeWalt
of that
battery.
in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of
I
detail
like the
on
font.
every object.
The font's really good, but Alec, you did have a really good point. Those
spacesuits,
weapons are looking hot.
to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess
Ooh.
over food.
Yum, yum.
Haven't seen food this good
When
since
you're
Final
done
Fantasy
exploring,
15.
You can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
I'm gonna start calling him Unitity.
Let's head out.
I'm naming my dude Blumpkin.
Jesus Christ.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration.
Ooh, listen to
How
that
many
synth.
people do you
The
think?
golden age of
How many
Earth's
people
space
do you think
and we've been referring to this
crawl
project
into that
as
giant
NASA
cog
Punk. This means
to
a
take a
design
picture?
language where the tech is
'Cause that is
advanced,
the first thing
yet
I'd do.
still looks grounded and
I think at this point, it's one of the things is like during orientation, they let you do it for a photo and make you leave.
Yeah. They let you get it out of your system and then they bounce. But no
Yeah.
more after that.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like
This is what I'm excited about. I love mobile base of operations. Like, give me a Razor Crest, not a starfighter. I want to live, breathe out of my trashy space RV.
and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations.
So if I leave a door
Looking out
open on that
further, you can
moon
view
and I
all
go
the
over to
planets in the
another moon,
system.
is it gonna crash?
Obviously, the game is big, and
No, an
here
NPC
you
will
can
close
see
it.
Planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them.
And you can already tell this game's gonna be deep because it's telling you like what minerals are on
Yeah.
each planet.
To see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to
wild.
fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system where we can find
This
the
map is
signal
looking a
of
little. That's going to give me anxiety with how close some of those dots were together.
I think it's like a 3D space. I think you can move it around.
It's just giving like Jedi Survivor map where like it's the best way to do it, but it's still obtuse.
Yeah. Now, how do you hide contraband? Because I want to be a criminal.
Under the floorboard like Han Solo.
Yeah.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
I love me watches that do
faring-
shit.
We're faring space and he still has a G-Shock.
By the time you meet them,
It's the only thing that can
Constellation
last
is
in
this
space.
mythical
Everything
Yeah,
else
exactly.
breaks.
Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a...
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting choice, and I mean interesting genuinely, not as a good thing or a bad thing, that it's all humans, and that, like, it seems like aliens have existed, but, like, it's not a Mass Effect situation where there is several known species.
Who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege, and Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems.
This is like giving extreme Mass Effect 1 vibes with like that thing giving him visions and then them trying to like find the rest of them to see what happened to those the former aliens.
Yep.
But then, like, it's also given, like, Outer Wilds vibes when you know that each faction is, like, going to be different politically.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds.
Ah, fuck. And I've played that one. I've played that one and I still fucked it up.
And adventures for you to uncover.
Oh, I want one of those as a pet. That was a doofy looking dude.
Yeah, I don't want human companions. I just want to be like a Pokemon master in space and have all my little pets to sick on my enemies.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider
Sound like a bunch of fucking narcs.
Yeah, fucking nerds.
Joining up with the Vanguard, help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship.
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies,
It's not even days, it's hours
It's
without
hours, yeah.
incident.
a wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The
Really
capital of
Western
Freestar
vibes,
Collective
damn.
is Aquila City.
Yeah.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
Well, that's where I'm going to be spending all my time, you know what I'm saying,
Space
Jordan?
Amsterdam, let's fucking go.
Fucking that red light district.
That neon light district, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great
Snakes.
serpent hungers. All heathens shall be
The great
left
serpent
in time.
hungers.
A new face. This is the face of a brave
This place looks
runner
cool.
here to challenge the Red Mile.
Dang.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most
So on each one of these planets, is it like a limited area you can explore? Or is it like more or less an entire planet?
They said you could go anywhere on these planets.
So it has to be procedurally generated at some point, right?
So yeah, it's from what I understood from the conversations that went on last year. There's a fixed number of planets with stories and people, and then a majority of them are that are procedurally generated are going to be like barren. But there are some that they call the Goldilocks planets, which are just right for life. But life doesn't mean settlements per se; it could just be more creatures.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of that is also just to like give an infinite amount of resources, so that way you can keep building and keep changing things the longer you play.
You were out cold.
That would make sense for like resources and stuff. I'm just thinking about playable spaces, and it seems like they're trying to their ambition is quite high.
But I also wouldn't be surprised that you go on a planet that looks barren, and then suddenly you come upon an outpost and there's a side mission.
Yeah.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as
Man,
you want it to
he
be.
had a dump
This
truck
system
there
has
for a
more
minute.
to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the
Okay, then let's see the hairstyles.
together,
Like,
the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot. But I think
Let
it's
us
the most
scan our
fun.
face.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option
What the
to
fuck happened
customize your
last
build
time?
even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come
Looks
with
like a pretty
own
deep
advantages
character
and
customizer
disadvantages. You could
with all
easily
this.
meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera! Is it really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his
Conrad
constant
Werner.
commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing.
Oh, dude, he'd get left on one of those procedurally generated planets so fast.
Could I shoot him?
My favorite trait is kid stuff.
I just want to know I have the option. I'm not gonna.
To support your parents, but they're very sweet.
I'm
and
going
it's
to.
really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Yes!
You
can
can.
kill the adoring fan!
I'm gonna play this game just to torture that guy.
You're gonna turn into fan torture simulator?
Yeah, those Korok seeds, that's nothing compared to what I'm
It's
about to do
awoken the
to that guy.
bloodlust.
Yeah.
We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games,
like this
and
track,
put them together to create an all-new skill system.
Yeah, the music in this showcase has been really cool.
You get a skill point.
Oh, the Starfield music motif is incredible.
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
Harambe.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Dang.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Hell yeah.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
My kind of guy.
Turns you into Izzy Adesanya.
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like
Is that a
you're in
bag
movie,
she's wearing on her head?
and then jumping out and springing on people.
Listen, she's just getting started.
Whenever
Yeah.
possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue
I'm not
you
normally
access
one to play
card.
that, way to talk your way through things, but I did that with Outer Worlds, and that was so much fun.
Yeah, I always like being the wordsmith.
Same. That was. It always irritated me in Mass Effect when I didn't have like the pair points to pull off the main conversation.
KOTOR, yeah, I was like, man, I can't talk my way out of this.
Yeah.
I put all my points in Outer Worlds in like persuasion and shooting, so if you didn't do what I said, I could just shoot you right there.
I mean, that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
The pen is mightier than the sword, but not mightier than a Glock. Blap blap.
Exploration is a
Blap, blap.
key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable.
You couldn't list more than just NASA?
Planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance
ESA.
from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space,
I'm getting like Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, Mass Effect like vibes from this, but it just. I'm worried that they're like
doing
Jack of
they're
all
reaching
trades,
too
master of none. kind of
exactly.
thing.
They're reaching too far and they're not focusing in on what the core mechanics are, because that was kind of Cyberpunk's main fault, is that it tried to do too much shit. And you were confined to more or less a city in that game, so multiple
whether it's on the
planets.
surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space.
But I mean, they have had a long ass time to work on this game.
Yeah. And this is the first one in the new creation engine.
I mean, I think I remember first hearing about this game in like 2015 or some shit.
No, it was teased in 2018. That was when we
I thought
first
they
got
said
the
that they
name.
were working on a new IP in like 2015 because everybody was bugging them about the next Skyrim, but I could be misremembering that.
Maybe. I know we got like the reveal of like the title in 2018, and that implied it was in space.
I'm sure you can find something you like. Customize.
And it's a good reminder that the core Bethesda Game Studios team has not had a miss ever. Because 76 wasn't BGS.
Fallout 4 was a miss. Fallout 4 was unplayable.
Where you can purchase, sell, and
I mean, it's got good reviews. So well.
Yeah, but I mean, like half of my allies or whatever, like bugged out and I couldn't access them the whole game. That one Marine dude was just gone.
missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes.
Oh, I'm going to spend so much time in this.
Everything you see here.
Say, it looks a lot easier to use than Ultra Hand.
You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
So how many of us are making the Normandy?
Your ship's stats.
Oh yeah, or Ebon Hawk or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go something more medium-sized.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want like a Razor Crest Millennium Falcon vibe, where like I'm living in it, but there's not. I kind of don't want a crew. I want to be a solo.
Own look and feel to every piece of your ship, from living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
I'm gonna make a studio apartment.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
Like a
It's
penis?
a bit odd, but one
Like
of
Jeff
my favorite
Bezos'
ways
ship?
of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it,
Platypus.
where it had like a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's
Yeah,
really
Megazord.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh my god.
That is wild.
That's awesome.
You're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Meet the squatters.
I was like, can you just make like a pure like fighter ship though, like a X-wing TIE fighter kind of thing?
I'm sure you can, and what I'd love even more so is like if you could have one of those docked into your major ship, and so
Like
you can
the Phantom and Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. That'd be cool.
An artifact, or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really...
Show me who I can bang.
Yeah.
Except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always...
How far will this love go? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Can we get married, have kids, run away?
Crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship.
He's
or
getting
outposts,
left.
and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding
He's gonna be a
selection features in
lock
Starfield,
on my
you'll be able to
my team
build
for
and
sure.
captain the ship
Yeah.
of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Bosco, quit shooting me. Quit being a bitch. Quit being a bitch. Those crackling sound effects are really... The sound design sounds really good.
Pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous. And you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system.
Oh yeah.
Boosting power to your engines will make your
So
ship
Star
faster.
Wars.
Hell fucking yeah.
Powering up the ground.
Just like what was the one by Motive?
Yeah, Squadrons.
Squadrons, yeah. Yeah, kind of that same kind of gameplay mechanic.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
People just come out of hyperspace and start blapping immediately?
Though the Crimson Fleets are the pirates.
Unlocking the targeting control.
Who
You're
you
trying to
can
get
join.
that ass,
will allow you
get
to
that
zero
booty.
in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Aren't we all?
That's cool.
So wait, can you like take out the shields, board them, steal all their ship, and then leave?
I
After
hope so.
destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the
Here we
enemy
go.
vessel.
Yeah.
I want to be gritting into their ship. while I
Yeah.
steal their loot.
I want to look them in the eyes as I take everything they've worked so hard for. Was he flying away with it
Once you've
still
taken
docked?
control of an enemy ship, it's yours.
Yeah, he was.
Add it to your
I guess.
Your
and retrieve it
fleet.
at any spaceport.
Look at that, 9 ships.
Oh, fleets.
But
That's
space
awesome.
is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
That looks cool.
Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the
Ooh.
UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
All about the elite. Let's go.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info,
Narcissus.
or maybe even connect piracy.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking
A
things
lot of
from people
salami
as quickly as
sandwiches.
possible.
I can't believe they were only one sandwich. Come on, Bethesda. You're not even trying with these assets.
In the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger.
Grandma.
Up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones
Ooh, that
you
already looks
discover
cool.
on your own.
Can we kill Grandma?
The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers.
So they did reference Earth. So does that mean we can actually go back to Earth?
Exploring
So when I was watching the other videos, the Milky Way is known as the old neighborhood in this lore, and there is a way to like go back to Earth, see what happened to it, and then that outpost on Mars is like the first or one of the first outposts from when humans left Earth.
Oh, that's cool.
So from what they were saying, does it sound like Earth's pretty abandoned, like it's a dead planet?
That's what it seems like. It sounds like maybe there was a reason they left Earth. That's the impression I got. I could be wrong.
That's always an
Everybody, we've
interesting
shown you so much
side of a
stuff,
story.
but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. We put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch
That is pretty
you
hot.
actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's
Definitely
the
looks like a
compass and
G-Shock.
then environmental information.
Yeah, it's probably a
It
G-Shock
connects to your
partnership.
phone to give you notifications
Oh, cool.
and other information.
I mean, I've been looking for a smartwatch.
Case that it comes with, each one.
Yeah,
we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch.
I'm sorry, but
Our
that case
attention
is
to detail
10
in the
times
game
cooler than that
totally
watch.
translates to
That is
life.
a hot
Inspired
case.
by the
Agreed,
cases of
yeah.
astronauts used during the Apollo
I'm gonna make that
era,
into my new
impact
stash
samples
box.
from the moon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got the intricate locking mechanism,
Could hide your weed in there.
authentic
Oh my
AE,
god.
comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the
Oh,
world, in
shit.
the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful.
Dude, I'm gutting that thing so fast and putting some stupid shit in there. I'm putting like this fucking
We actually
rocket
have
raccoon
something
in there.
else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this
That
because
leaked
it's
like
inspired
what,
by the
a
actual
week or two
controls of
ago?
our spaceship.
Yeah.
And not only
Well, I
that,
think they announced it, right? Because it was at like a
created
show
the
floor or
first ever
something.
custom headset
No,
for
so those
Xbox.
headsets started
And
appearing
this
at
is a
stores the other
powerful
day.
controller.
And then I also think that there is storage expansion that is also like Constellation themed.
But it's like a regular hard drive, right? It's not like the memory card thing.
Yeah, it's like this. It's the one that they put out, but it's just got like a Starfield motif to it.
That is one of the hottest controller designs I think Xbox has come out with. But they need to stop it with this AA bullshit. Like, when are we going to join the 21st century?
Yeah. Those clear triggers are cool.
Yeah, they are super hot.
It is the second nicest controller they've ever made.
What would you say is better than that one?
This one. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big
That is
fan
a
of
good
this
one.
one.
Is that the electric green one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a super hot one.
And it's still got like a spacey vibe to it.
Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
Okay, so it'll tell you if there's like an outpost on a planet, so you're not going to like just looking for an outpost.
But the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explores. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we
I mean,
have a
everyone's
system
gonna have
that
like their own
adds interesting
experience.
locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Yeah, definitely not Fallout gunplay.
No, this is looking a lot tighter than Fallout for sure. I did notice they kind of seem to have a similar VAT system for the ship, which I think makes a lot more sense now, considering how much harder it'd be to aim.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you.
But this has given me a lot of hope for their combat system because it looks a lot better than in previous games.
Yeah. I do want to see some melee weapons though.
Or simply take in the views.
Some what weapons?
Melee weapons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Give me them plasma swords.
Exotic wildlife.
A laser saber.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves,
all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the
This
game
is getting me
feel more
worried,
filmic,
man.
to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp.
All right, here we go. Let's see what they're giving us.
And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses.
I'm gonna become
and
fucking
set up
Jabba the Hutt in
extractors
this
to
game.
harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. That way you
Huge.
can really plan your structures and what to
So
go
kind of an evolution on the Fallout 4 system.
This is exactly what I needed to see for their building system. This is putting a lot of those concerns to rest.
It also seems that it's not going to be super important, which I haven't played Fallout game, but from what I've heard, that Fallout 4 put too much of an emphasis on it rather than it being a side thing.
They put too much emphasis on it, and it wasn't fully fleshed out, so it was a little hard to do what they were asking you to do.
Gotcha.
Where this is as long as there's not a trophy assigned to this, I'll be fine with it.
Stations in your outpost to utilize
Or pardon
any
me,
resources
an
you
achievement.
find or already have. Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds.
Do we get that Dragon's Breath shotgun shell? Live out our John Wick fantasy.
The only thing is, like, I wish they were laser weapons.
Oh, there's your melee.
Hell yeah.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Base punk.
Yeah, I hope throwing grenades is easier in this game.
Yeah.
It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
The movement's looking really good inside of combat.
More mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat.
So it can be Jango Fett.
Sometimes you'll
Oh,
even
yeah.
feel like you're flying.
That's the real vibe I'm going for. It's just to be like Django or Boba Fett.
Zero gravity environments pose
How many
a
clone
different
sons can I
challenge.
have?
Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
There's my laser guns.
Weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
I like that, yeah, laser sight there.
Yeah.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like
I completely forgot they talked about just beating the shit out of people in this game. They have so many options. That's really, really exciting.
Starfield's got
A
you
minigun.
Yeah, I want to be like Mandalorian style and have like a weapon for every situation at any given moment.
Have like the sniper,
see-
the pistol.
You see that real
Yeah.
quick? They popped up with like the weapon wheel, kind of like from like Last of Us.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Is this game rated M or teen?
M.
Okay.
Because there was a report a few weeks ago that it was like rated M, and it was like the reasons were like usage of drugs and language, and so like you're like, okay, cool, we know it's M, but like it sounds like it's, oh wow, there's drugs and language, how edgy.
Yeah. Like a Halo, like similar to why Halo is rated M.
Yeah.
And it should have been rated teen.
You have powers?
The Force.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful.
So they're not going to tell us about the Force?
Here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more.
I would love if that dude still was talking about just beating people with his hands. Yeah.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
That guy strikes me as a total jabroni, and I love it. I want to grab a beer with him.
Same.
The landing pad, these things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets,
the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom,
the ending.
Vasco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
lever action, rocket launcher,
brain sprout.
Jesus.
Some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Okay, okay. That logo treatment's so hot still.
Yeah.
Love that logo treatment. Did we have a date for this already?
We did.
Okay.
$5 days early access.
Oh shit.
Interesting.
That's the one I want.
No physical for that collector's edition.
That way they could sell it to PC and Series S players.
Alrighty, we're getting into the finale.
I think that was the finale, because that's like the whole Xbox and everything. So
yeah,
little stinger trailer on the end there.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, Chance, I know you've been the most critical of this game. Has this swayed you, made you look like it's like what?
So
what
it's taken me from not wanting to buy the game, not wanting really anything to do with it, just because I feel like Bethesda games are a known quantity at this point too. I am going to pick this game up for my PC. I still have very like trepidatious feelings about this game, just given their past and how I feel like their games have launched. So it might be one that I, have to come back to in 6 months when they fix it. But they did win me over. Like, it's now gone from a not going to get to I am going to purchase this game. Whether it's going to be on day one, I have yet to see. But they did a really fucking good job of convincing me with this game.
Hell yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Brett,
as much
Alec?
as I want to hate this game, like they're pulling out all the stops to make me not.
That's good to know. Brett or Alec, any changes of opinions? Any exciting new thoughts?
For me, oh, go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I was definitely excited for it, but after that, I'm like, I'm super on board. Actually, seeing a lot of the systems and things you'll do, moment to moment. I'm in. I'm ready.
Yeah. How about you, Alec?
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of right there with Brett. Like, I'm honestly on the fence, but it was one of those things, like, because I have Game Pass, I'm like, I'll at least check it out. But watching all this, seeing how deep everything is, I'm way more interested in this game.
That does give me pause. How deep it is.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
The reach that they're reaching with this game, like, it worries me, but it's also part of the selling point. I really hope they took because the original release date was supposed to be 2021, and then it got pushed to 2022, and now it's 2023. So I really hope they took those extra 3 years and did their due diligence, because I'm getting like severe cyberpunk pre-launch vibes off of this, where it's seeming too good to be true, and in that case, it was. So
Yeah.
like some of the lighting stuff they're trying to pull off has me worried. Some of the technical side of the house, when it worries me, but I'm still very optimistic about it.
Like how many planets and everything that they were saying they have.
I believe it was you, Alex, saying "Jack of all trades, master of none" during the presentation, and it's really stressing that to me. Having said that, it's better to be a Jack of all trades, master of none. It's still better than a master of one. But anyway,
yeah. I mean, I'm just as excited. I don't think that this was going to change that, but like, I feel like they're coming to this with like a sense of, I guess all of them come with a sense of optimism, but like, I get the vibe that they know what's at stake, because it's not just Bethesda needs to reprove themselves after 76 and even kind of the mixed reception of Fallout 4. Microsoft needs to prove that this was worth $20 billion.
Is that how much this game costs?
Well, I think that's how much Bethesda costs.
Overall.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, that's.
I mean,
Bethesda was 7, right?
Was Bethesda 7 and 20? Maybe for
Activision
was 20.
Yeah, Activision was like
either way.
No, whatever. Yeah, either way. You
They
don't spend
need
that amount of money for this game to flop.
Yeah, they know it's at stake. We're in a post-cyberpunk world, and granted, I don't know. Obviously, they didn't know this, but now I think what would have increased the stakes is we're in a post-Tears of the Kingdom world where we know Nintendo basically spent a year just on polish. Now, this game had a roughly year delay because it was originally 11/11/22. And I think before that, there was an interview with Todd Howard where he was like, hey, the story mode at this point is fully playable. Like, again, playable does not mean perfect condition. It does not mean the rest of the game has gone gold. But the core story mode was able to be completed from beginning to end, roll credits. And we've gotten just 2 more years since then. And so I'm really hoping that this brings the punches. Like, the technical fidelity is going to be a hard one, but maybe they just decide to lock it at 30 on consoles. I mean, I tend, since the new generation of consoles, I have very much been a performance mode guy, but I can see this type of game being the one where I'm like, no, I would rather a stable 30 and the fidelity, because like it's not a shooter in the sense that I'm dealing with other players. It's all CPUs. Like, I wouldn't mind playing this at a lower frame rate type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely think the performance and quality mode, and maybe even like a mix of the two, is just the standard. I think that is definitely necessary for this game. Now, given all of my skepticism about this game, if it hits and it hits how they need it to, this is going to redefine games. This is going to be a Breath of the Wild, a Elden Ring, a Tears of the like. This will be in that conversation, like no doubt about it. It just needs to hit that mark, and I think it's such a lofty goal. That's why it makes me so nervous. But you did bring up a good point. How confident Howard, what's his full name?
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard is. Real, like, I didn't think about that, but he's been around for a long time and he is confident in this game. So
yeah,
I really hope this makes an ass out of myself and it does hit and it does revolutionize gaming in the way that I think it could.
I would absolutely love it if that's the case. I also feel like I wouldn't be mad getting this game, and it's truly just, hey, this is what Skyrim is now. Like, if that makes sense, like scale Skyrim from the PS3 era to today, and this is basically that. I mean, I would still be happy if it hits that type of like just satisfaction. And I think the procedural generation that everyone's worried about allows for a lot of replayability, which I think that was one of the biggest things about Skyrim is you've had people in the past 10, 12 years that have had so many different save files, trying out different races or classes or putting their skills somewhere else. And then not even to mention the mods that'll come out of this. Like in 5 years when we get Starfield, the Legendary Special Ultra Edition or whatever, and it includes the best mods that fans have made. Like I look forward to that.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
September 6th can't come quick enough, I'll tell you what.
Honestly,
Like,
can't.
I was joking around that I'm not going to be done playing Tears of the Kingdom until then, but like honestly, I'm going to have a hard time really diving into a game knowing this is on the horizon and the amount of time I'm going to put into this game. This fall is getting stacked pretty hard with these last few weeks and just seeing everything that's coming out. So it's got some competition, but I think it's poised to just wipe everybody out this fall.
I'm ready.
And if it does hit, like we never thought anything could beat Tears of the Kingdom, but if this hits, I think it'll give it a severe run for its money.
I agree, because it sounds like, obviously we can't say it's had Tears of the Kingdom influence, because I also hate when people say about Breath of the Wild 2. Tears of the Kingdom, as far as video games, came out yesterday in terms of like what development cycle they could have done from that to now. But like the level of customization, that if you go anywhere you could see it, but scale that to space, and then also like I joke that like the base build or the shipbuilding looks a lot easier than Ultra Hand because it's just a whole separate UI and set of controls just to build. Like I feel like they are going to scratch that same itch for people, but this one has the graphical fidelity and like it being a separate IP, really
more realistic, because I know a lot of people are not into Zelda games because they don't like cartoony games. I don't think that holds water, but I know that certain people like a little bit more realistic looking games. So.
Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get lost in this game for a month and a half and play Spider-Man 2, but then go back to this game as like, make it. I need a forever game, and I've always felt like I've needed a forever game. And with this being on cloud and knowing I could do it on my Steam Deck, my gaming laptop, even my phone, or if Xbox finally gets their streaming to Samsung 2020 TVs, because that's what I have, like truly just be able to play it anytime, anywhere, in the background, just mine for stuff and grind. It's gonna really feel like home at a certain point.
Definitely.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us on this very special day. We've got 2 videos coming out today. So if this is the first one you caught, make sure you check out our Xbox reactions. And if you came from that, remember to like, comment, subscribe, like, and comment on both those videos. And next time, we'll see you next time, Explorers.